6. So, first as well. This. So I've just picked. So we're going to do a basic game, which is Aliens versus Predators. And we have one troop unit and one HQ each, which is the Predators has a tracker and a little bloody. What's the tracker on with again?
Just scimitars.
And then the bloody got
a combi stick and plasma caster, so you can do a little bit of range.
And then I have an evolved who's armed with adrenaline boost and obscuring mist, so he's gets +1 movement and he reduces all ranged attacks against him by 6 inches. And the squad of warriors are all equipped with adrenaline boost, so they can all move 6 inches instead of 5. Because otherwise the squad is the same. So we're going to roll off first. I'm going to roll probably really low. A 2. Jinx myself again.
I rolled an 8.
So you get to deploy the first thing because we are playing. The mission we are playing is the. I forgot what it's called. It's mission
Old Grudge.
Which is basically to when both players must eliminate the opposing enemy commander for 10 victory points. The game ends after turn 5 or at the end of a turn where the player has lost his army commander.
Okay. For simplicity's sake, as this is more of a demo, I won't be using the stalk rule for Predators just to show off a little bit more. So first to deploy is my Blooded, which should hopefully be within
6.
6. Yeah, slightly back, and then over to you.
I will deploy. We're only using these tiles up until anyway in this bit because this is a small little skirmish. So I will deploy. I'm going to use the alien's unique ability, which is Lurk. So I don't deploy 3 tokens like if a Predator use Storm 1. And because all of my guys are in one single squad together, I deploy the largest token in the squad, which is the big dude. So they are. That's 6. So put them here.
Okay. And then my tracker will come up with his buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
You've deployed. Finished deploying.
Yep.
So it's roll off again to see who has the initiative in the first battle round.
I rolled. We've both rolled a 10. I'm just going to move my dice out of the way because for some reason the system wants to roll it on top of the pile. I roll a 16.
Yep. So you have initiative first, then. So you get to move activate your first model.
Yep. I'm going to activate my Blooded first. Now, way too far away, really, at the moment.
If you hold them, do that. You can thingy.
Yeah, I was just double checking the sort of range. So there's no point trying to spot you really from this distance. So
yeah, the spotting check is based on your leadership value.
Yep.
So that's your range for your spotting checks.
So I'm just going to do a run. So it'll take me 12 inches straight forward if I can get it to the exact point.
Yeah. If you want an easy tip, if you hold the model and then hold tab while you're moving, you can measure the distance while moving the model. You have to go tab first, though, before you drop it.
No worries. And that'll be, excuse me, 2 of his activations, because Predators get 3. That's part of the army rule. Yeah. I think for this, I will leave it at that, though, because, as I say, a bit too far away to spot, and I don't want to rush up too early, as he's a ranged option. So over to the aliens.
So my squad's going to run because that's anything they can do. Their movement is 5 normally, but +1 additional speed for the upgrade, being their run value is 12.
Mm-hmm.
So they will run. Yeah, they will run there. That's the end of their activation. I'm not going to reveal their token yet.
No worries. So my tracker will do a run straight forward. There.
Yeah.
And he will slightly turn his facing to this direction, just in case those aliens want to get a bit frisky.
Yeah, that is the end of my activation. There's no one to take pinning tests or anything.
No.
Those aliens pass those automatic fearless, unbreakable.
Yep.
I will.
So no
back
points
around to
stored
initiative.
for the objectives. So
Nope, no one has killed the other person's commander yet.
nope. 2.
So I have initiative this turn, which doesn't work in my favour because I don't want to be close to you. I am going to move. Here, and I'm going to end my activation after walking forward.
Okay. So
I'm going to say, trying to stay out of line of sight behind this barrack, this silo.
So the tracker's going to move 5 up to there, and a further 6 to here. And if I
Can you
can,
go line of sight through the terrain?
wrong way around. So facing forward, I don't think I can quite do it myself.
There's a look because it's from the marker. I think you can see this bit.
Just about. But however, as you 15, so you are just out of range this turn. So I can't try and spot you just yet. However, that does mean my blooded can now run up 8 to there, and then finish it off with a further 4 inches to just here, and he'll turn like this.
Yep, because turning orientation is a free action, so orientation because 0 AP. Same as moving while you're in combat around is free. So no one has achieved the objective yet in this case. So it's again another roll for initiative. And we'll see what I get this time.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 17, so I have this. I am gonna flip this over. So I will reveal my squad of aliens, which is this evolved, who's the squad commander currently. That's the use. I need to probably recall on the base of these warriors in a minute, because otherwise the actual squad isn't around. So when you reveal a token, like example this token here, I'm just going to move him off the token a minute, move that there. So I reveal this, so then I have to place everyone else in the squad within 3 inches of that token that's been. So everyone else has to be here. So they're all around him. So I'm doing this before their activation. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's them all deployed. Now here comes the fun part of this. So this warrior at the front, I'm going to activate him first out of the squad. He is outside of 12 of that predator. He is going to make a run action. Now aliens have a neat little ability called grappling hook, which means I ignore the vertical distance. Okay? Up to 8, as long as it's less than 8 inches. So he's going to move to there. This warrior is going to run as well. So they can move 12 at the minute because their movement is normally 5, +1 because of adrenaline boost. It's going to run to there. Now you may have noticed that they are all moving separately, because in this you activate each individual member of the squad one at a time. So the Evolved is going to move here. After running, he's going to stay behind his friends.
Mm-hmm.
This warrior is going to run. Now, because of grappling hooks, I can ignore the up and down of that, which means it's just 5 inches forward, allowing me to do this with the squad commander, which he needs to run there.
Yes, because it's always worth noting that your unit also can move in any orientation you want, as long as they are within a certain distance of the squad leader. Now, this is variable depending on the unit. With coherency. Yeah.
Because we are very independent.
But I think, from like a Marine squad, it would be like about 8 inches or something, I believe. But it all varies based on the squad leader, so it can get larger or smaller.
So that's the squad leader back. Just realised I've moved because he's the one with the orange base. So the squad, that's them running, but they're all over the place, sort of protecting the aliens in this, the evolved leader in this case, from being attacked in melee, which the predators are a lot better than me in melee unless I swarm them.
So, over to me. Now, so this predator will do a walk action for 1. And now he will take a shot with his plasma caster.
Which alien?
He'll do it at the closest one for the moment.
Yeah. So, how many shots do you have?
I believe it's 2. Let me just bear me 1 minute while I consult the book.
Yeah.
So plasma caster. Yep. So range 24, 2 shots, and a blooded has range skill of 15. Now there's no modifiers in this instance, as I've got a clear shot straight towards him.
And you're not with over half of your weapon range.
Yep.
So is it 2 shots?
Yes, 2 shots.
So you can, if you wish, target another model within 3 inches with the second shot.
Well, I only hit 1.
So yeah, because you have to allocate each individual shot to a different target if you wish, or all the shots hit the same. Basically.
Yeah, so we'll just go with this one, as we only have 1 hit. I believe it was strength 15. Check for you.
So strength 15. So unlike the Hunt Begins, armor modifiers work very different.
So here it is. Strength 14, but with armor piercing 3. So, as just mentioned, within the Hunt Begins, strength is usually what modifies it. However, in Unleashed, you also can have an armor piercing, so things might have a lower strength, but that special rule bumps up the armor modifier more than the strength would necessarily indicate.
The other difference is that, unlike Unleashed, where strength 14 would be -4 to my save, because in Unleashed it's above 10 you get an additional 1. In Unleashed, it's strength 14 is -14 to my save, but adversely everything has a higher save value than it does in Unleashed. In the Hunt Begins, for example, a warrior's armor is 20 instead of like 15 it is in the normal game. So that's 20 minus 15, is it?
14 base and then armor piercing for 3, so you need a 3 or less.
Yeah, because I can't remember what the hell armor piercing actually. Weapon boys. There we go. Modifies this weapon strength against vehicles.
Vehicles.
So I'm immune to it. So plus 40.
Yep.
So I need to roll a 6 or less.
Yep.
And warriors do not have dodge, do they?
No, I think only stalkers and facehuggers have that.
Yeah, I can give them dodge. So he dies. Now, normally, I'd have to take some sort of leadership test at the end, but as I'm an alien, I am fearless, which is very useful.
Okay, so that's his action, because I can't now just walk up and start slapping things, because I've run out of action points to do that. So what I will now...
You can use 2, you have 3.
Is charge and combat and 1 action then?
Charge is 1 action point, and combat is, and make a CC attack is one action.
Okay, so I won't charge him in just yet, because otherwise I can't
Yeah, do anything
slap
this
you
turn.
at the moment. So the
But you have
tracker,
to move straight ahead basically to charge. You can't change turn direction.
yeah. So the tracker will be able to go boink.
Yep, and charge the squad leader and the dude next to him, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, you just
Helpful.
fell over.
So hopefully that will. There we go. So he has scimitars,
which I've never actually seen anyone use. Never seen action before.
They're not too bad. So they are rate of attack 2 with +3 strength, the deadly special rule, and the model gains +1 defense.
That means you can't use a certain thing. Heal rolls can't be used against them, so I don't have, which is lucky I don't have.
So the tracker is CC 15.
How many sentences does he have? Just one.
Just one pair of them. So he just gets the 2 attacks.
Yeah.
And because they replace the wrist blades. So he's going to try and slap the squad leader first, prioritizing, and then the secondary attack will go after the other one if he doesn't kill him. If he kills him, sorry. So
he also gains defense +1, which is really useful against attack. Oh.
Ooh.
Now this is so CC works slightly differently in this.
Yes, I am CC 15, so it will be 15 minus the defense of the aliens.
Warriors, which is defense 2. They have ferocity, ferocity special, which doesn't affect this because that's a charged ability. But yeah, I have to just check that the sergeant joined guy does not give the squad any other special ability, defensive stuff. No. Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 1 and a 9. So like with the hunt begins, 1s are a power shot. So the squad leader unfortunately has had his head cut off, as he was my prioritized target. And then but then the second hit will then go to the guy next to him. So then it will be the strength of a tracker 11
+2.
+2, I believe. I'll just double checking the modifier. +3, so that's 14.
So 6 or less again on the warrior, which he makes it. So the scimitar but then also because your predator has killed one of the warriors in combat, takes an attack from an acid blood, which in this I don't roll to do, unlike in the hunt begins. Acid blood if the enemy is wounded, the model that is engaged with that inflicted wound takes a strength X hit, where the X is the constitution value. So units have a different have some extra values in this. So a warrior's constitution is 12, so you take a strength 12 hit of acid blood.
Okay.
As you murder the squad leader.
So the armor of a tracker with the scimitars is 25, so that means I have a 13 save to make.
Yep.
Which he promptly defails. So
which means, unfortunately, he gets covered in acid and slightly burned.
So tracker has 4 wounds total, so he's now
3.
down to 3. So I'll just rename the model just for ease of review. Yep. Okay. I'll just quickly rename the blooded, just so as well on the same line. 3. Okay.
I'm just going to do the same for the evolved in a second. I'm just going to check. He has 3 wounds. I'll just rename him to 3 out of 3. Or you do it.
I don't mind you.
There.
There we go. So we've now finished the combat.
Yep.
There's no, as aliens don't care, there's no pinning test or anything like that to make because of the wounds they've taken.
Yep.
I've not.
It's also helpful to note that certain melee weapons have different ranges, such as I believe the scimitar is base to base. Is that correct?
No, the scimitar's got a range of, I believe, 1.5 inches. I'm just sure. Yes, 1.5. Like the wrist blades have got 1, but the power glove, which is a really strong weapon to use for high strength output, is base to base.
Yeah.
So
like my claws are all base to base, meaning that my guys that are within your weapon. It's a good thing to notice that predators have a hurricane of disruption, which means they can never be flanked. If I remember correctly.
Yes. So, like in this instance, the predator has got 2 aliens within his range, so these bottom 2, but he's just short of being able to go for that one. So, if he had enough dice to do it, he can't go for this guy up here, for example.
Yeah.
So,
the advantage of hurricane destruction means that the predator, even though he's facing this way, if he gets attacked from behind, can still hit the guys behind him. Where normally, if there are enemies behind you and attacking, you can't hit them without turning around.
yes.
Which is which is why facing in this is a lot more important than it is in The Hunt Begins, because The Hunt Begins is just same tile, and this is what you can see. So I have no pinning test to take because I'm immune to fear, and you don't have and if you had it. So another roll. First seed goes first. You're probably going first.
I tried not to. I tried to go for the reroll. Okay. So, this is interesting.
Because whichever one of those activates first, the other one is probably about to get decked.
Pretty much.
Now, the other thing to note about armor value is, like The Hunt Begins, certain units have an invincible armor, basically. An invincible armor like in The Hunt Begins. So, for example, that tracker has an invincible armor of 10. So his save could. So no matter how high my strength is, his armor will be always at minimum 10 or less to save. He always has a 50-50 chance to stay alive.
So he's going to move to here.
If he wants to make a move while in combat, he could do that for free.
Yep, so his free move here, if I can stop him dropping
If you right click while picking him up, it'll lower him to the ground.
Ooh. There we go. Oh.
It also helps if you lower your value.
Yeah, it's one of them. He just wants to try. What it looks like he's not clipping the base is when you actually drop it. So his range is 1.5. So if in theory I was in range of the evolved now, I could go for him even if I wasn't within base to base with these guys. But as he's over 1.5,
yes,
we will try and go for these. We'll go for these 2 warriors.
Just like in The Hunt Begins, you can only do each action once per turn.
Yes.
As well.
So
you can't attack them and then move into range with the other and attack again. He's stuck only being able to attack once per turn.
So I'm going to prioritize this one at the bottom.
Yeah.
So to hit, so it is. I pressed the right button. So CC of 15 minus, was it 3 for a warrior?
2.
2. So 13 to hit on 2 dice. So I get 1 hit, 1 miss.
So the warrior takes a save at minus 14 again, wasn't it? And passes. Because 1's always pass, and just like in The Hunt Begins, 1 always passes, and a 20 always fails. So.
In this instance, that the tracker is probably about to get slapped.
So, my activation, since I activate a unit at a time, so it's the whole unit, because the evolved is part of this squad. He's leading it. So the evolved. So this dude will, because he's in combat, will make an orientation and maneuver here, because he's still in your weapon range.
Mm-hmm.
This alien is outside of weapon, but I can't activate him yet because I have to do one model at a time. So he will attack, because aliens have a special called paired weapon that allows them to use both their melee weapons at the same time. So the warriors are able to use their deadly claws and their tail spike. So I get 2 attacks with the claws and then 1 attack with the tail spike. So I have to do these separately because the tail spike has a special inner jaw strike.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do the 2 hits on the tracker first with. So what's your CC defense value?
3.
3. So I need 10 or less because my CC is 13. Minus 3 is 10. And so 1 hit. Now I have the deadly rule, which means you can't use it. That is strength 13.
So 11.
So yeah, so 11. So 11.
Which I pass.
Which you pass. And then the tail attack. So it's going to attack with its tail. So it's 1 attack, needing a 10 or less. Which hits.
Mm-hmm.
Which is same strength again, 13. It's also concussive and armor piercing. I can't remember what kind of concussive actually does.
I can't remember off the top of my head. You managed to do another wound.
So concussive is any model that's size X that receives a hit. Oh, so it's concussive 1, which means size 1 or up, 1 or below, isn't it?
Yes.
And your
I
size
am.
1, I believe?
I'm size 2 because I'm on a medium base.
Yes, because it says it says on your thing. Well, aliens are size 0. Small base.
Right.
That's the thing.
Actually,
So
size. Oh no, I am size 1. Sorry, I keep forgetting size 0 is a thing.
Yeah. So you need to take a Constitution test, which is on your con value of. What is it?
Okay. So 13.
13. So you need to make a 13 or less.
Which I pass.
So you're not stunned next turn. Now, stunning is an act base means that you'd have 1 less action point each next turn. Now, because I've managed to hit you with the tail and done a wound with it, aliens have a special rule called Inner Jaw Strike, which means that I move the predator base to base with me, which he already is. And I get to make a strength. Where is it? I get to make a strength 10 exploit auto hit. So exploit means that any successful tests made by a wounded model must be rerolled. So if you pass, you must reroll it.
Okay. So I needed to make a 14 test. So I passed it with a 12.
Yep.
And
Because of this exploit hit.
And I
If
get
it fails, it takes a
wound.
So he just got bit in the face by the inner jaw.
So my tracker is down to 1 wound.
Yeah, and the second warrior, the one in combat with him, will use his orientation, because that warrior can't do anything else with his second action point. Because if I disengage, he gets to hit me. Oh no, he doesn't, because I'm in combat with the other alien. He's in combat with the other alien. So this warrior will attempt to attack. So he'll do the same again. He'll use his claws first.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets no hits this time with his claws.
Yeah.
But he will then try to swing his tail and stab the predator. And will succeed. So a strength 13 hit again.
Okay. Which 13? I promptly fail.
Yes, you fail because it's strength you need 11 or less, which means the tracker gets stabbed in the face by its tail. Unfortunately, that means I then win the game because his commander has been taken out of action.
Yep. So I have to say,
we'll finish the turn first. So this warrior is going to declare a charge. So to charge, it's 1 action point. I need to make sure that I can move in a straight line towards him, up to double my move value, which is 12, and I can engaged with him. So I will end there. So then I will spend the second action point on this warrior to attack the predator. So he will attempt to attack him with 2 claws, with his claws again. Critical fail. So that means that critical fail, but this is my second action, so I don't lose my other action points, but I get 1 hit.
Yep, because I'm only defense -3. I'm armor 24.
Yep, so it's 13 again, so it's just 11 less.
Pass.
Pass, and then the alien will uses its tail.
And a miss. 2 misses. So the tail strike. 3rd miss. And then what's your evolve going to do? Okay. Right. So seeing as I'm unable to do anything else, I'm just going to take a swing at you. So I'm CC 15. And with a combi stick, I get rate of attack 3, and its range 2 inches. So, hello, can you hear me?
I disconnected.
So,
I was saying before. I hope it came through when I was saying that we continue this turn.
Yeah. So 2 inches. So it can't go for anything else. So the Predator's got 3 dice, needing a 15 minus your defense to hit.
Yeah, there's 2. So
and he'll just try and slap both warriors.
Yeah.
There's no odds on which one. So 3 hits.
3 hits. So one at a time because you are attacking. I'm guessing.
Yep. These have got critical force 2,
which does work against infantry because critical force is the critical force 2. That means you inflict 2 wounds on the target basically instead of 1.
Okay. And strength plus 3. So I believe they're only something like strength 11 base. Yes, strength 11. So 14.
Yeah. So I need to make a save of 6. So the first guy, the first save failed. So 1 dies, and the other 2 will go on the last dude, who critically fails. So they both get no. So at the end of the turn, I will end up winning the game because I've killed his leader by the end of this turn 3.
Yep. Am I right in thinking I'm able to get a draw if I manage to kill the evolved with my because it wasn't because you didn't kill my cat leader with your leader, so I could get a draw.
It's just killing the leader. It's not killing it with.
I thought it was with the.
No, it's just.
I thought it was one of those ones where you
must eliminate the opposing army commanders. The game ends after turn 5 or at the end of a turn where a player has lost his army commander.
There we go. So I have to do it in the same turn, which I actually could do. Oh no! If
no, because you've already just struck and killed the 2 warriors next turn. No, you can shoot.
Shoot if his thing does enough. I'm just double checking if he's.
I got 3 wounds. Does 2 shots.
2 shots. I'm just checking it. Critical force 2. That's with if I have res, which we're not using. Oh, that's a shame because I actually could have done it.
Well, I'll explain what resource cards are now. This is basically the last turn. So for one example of using a resource card is he could, if he was shooting me, use one to increase the rate of fire by 1 for the plasma caster. So it would allow the plasma caster to fire 3 shots this turn instead of the 2.
But the plasma caster has got a special rule that stops that. It's got slow to reload. So I'd have to. But it has a special rule where if you spend 1 card, it gains critical force 2, like what you had with the combi stick. So, Hail Mary shot, but you never know. So, 2 dice, needing a 15 to hit.
Yep. Well, that Predator just doesn't know what he's aiming at. I think he's just terrified. He watched the tracker get ripped apart by the warriors.
Oh boy!
You watch this big, experienced, ancient Predator tracker get ripped apart by a bunch of warriors. Just like, I don't want to get involved in this. I'm going. Bye.
Oh, I'm getting a few flashbacks to our last game when we played in The Hunt Begins with the dice at inappropriate times. But
do you mean the incident of where the young blood just suddenly get murdered?
Yeah.
where the hunter just died like after the first round of combat, and then
Yeah.
Youngblood somehow survived 3 rounds of combat with 4 aliens. It's just like, what the hell?
Oh well, but
That,
yeah,
that's is that Youngblood. That's who he is. That bloody
yeah. God.
Youngblood from before who
But
survived.
yeah, I hope everyone finds this little tutorial a bit helpful. Hopefully, we make a few more of these sorts of things, and we can hopefully get some more games soon.
Yeah, I think the only thing we might have done wrong may have been the allocating shots thing, because I think it's you allocate a target for each individual shot before you roll them.
Fair enough.
So it's basically you. But I think doing it this way just simplifies it. There is the only recommendation I would provide is that if you're going to play above like a small 200 to 300 point game, I would recommend using the large scale battle, mainly because, like the Hunt Begins, every model in a squad can do a different action up to into a normal game. If you're playing above 300 points, where you're starting to have like multiple squads of warriors and multiple squads of infants, it does slow the game down a bit, and the large scale battle makes an entire squad act the same, do the same actions together. So it's one thing I would recommend is that in a game above 300 points, use the large scale rules for a lot of the things, because it speeds up the game quite a bit.
Mm.
For like these sort of games, it's using the normal rules is fine. Yeah. No.